What's going on, guys? PepperBelly here, and it's been like 4 days since I uploaded my last video. It's been a while, but I have a good excuse, so don't you, harass me, because I fell in love with something that I never even knew about. Well, technically I knew about it, but I never actually really thought much of it. And I'm talking, of course, of Game of Thrones. Started in 2011, I'm pretty sure many of you know about it already, and probably have already seen every single episode there is to see out of the 2 seasons, and are currently awaiting season 3. A friend of mine told me about it, and I really never actually... I was kind of just like, whatever, Game of Thrones, I don't really give a shit. You know, fuck it, I'll watch it on my own time, I don't really care, I don't see what the urgency is. But now I'm really glad I did, because as soon as I watched, the first couple episodes, I immediately got sucked into this, addictive, I need to see every episode as fast as I can, just non-stop. And I actually watched, in 3 days, I watched both seasons, just back-to-back, non-stop. It was kind of stupid. It was really epic, though, and I love the show. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about far more important matters, like the fate of the galaxy, man. And by that, I mean, a Kickstarter for something I already talked about in previous videos, Interstellar Marines. The Kickstarter finally launched. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen me actually mention, a couple days ago, I believe it was, me pledging some money to the Interstellar Marines Kickstarter thing. So, I obviously, I was planning on making a video about this game as soon as Kickstarter launched. I told you guys that countless times. And here it is. I'm starting up with some Deadlock, which is free to play on their website right now, because they are an open door development team, so they obviously have a lot of things you can try out on their website. I know I mentioned it before, but I didn't go into detail. You can go on their website, you can play the Vault, which is this showcase for everything that they have going on in the game. So the Marines, the ITO Special Forces, their mechs, the friggin' shark monster things, and the Megalodon ship, and all this cool stuff. And it's all free. You can all go and check it out yourself. Of course, they also have Bullseye, which is a target shooting point. You can't move around, but it's just basically target practice. You're shooting stuff. And there's Running Man, which I showed you in my community overload video, which is basically, you run around and do actual full-on FPS type training. And then there's Deadlock, which is this what you're seeing right now, which is the online portion, which obviously isn't completed and isn't fully developed yet, but hey, here it is. You can't really complain. It's really fun to play. It's strangely addicting, even though it's incredibly straightforward. You can't crouch, can't do anything. All you do is just run around and shoot people, and it's... I mean, even that's just stupidly fun in this game. Of course, I was suffering from lag earlier, because these servers are located in Europe, since that's where the 0 Point software is. But I still managed to kick some serious ass down the road. So... I want to bring your attention to the Kickstarter. It's incredibly important you guys actually start spreading the word, because they do have a Kickstarter up. They have 31 days to go, and their goal is $600,000. $600,000. Think about that. That's a fucking shitload of over $500,000 we're talking about that they need. And they need, and they get funded like that in 31 days. That's a huge goal to meet. It's going to be incredibly difficult. I'm not saying I have doubts, because I will believe, for the love of the game. But at the same time, that is a huge milestone to meet in a month. Especially for a game that's been in development for over 7 years. And although it has a lot of attention, so far raised a sufficient amount of money. I mean, it's been 2 days and they've already gotten $20,000. But still, at that rate, they're going to need a little bit quicker income to actually make it to their goal. I think it's actually possible to do it, because I mean, games like Star Citizen that are still going out with their 30-day funding process, they've already met their goal. Their goal was $500,000. They're already well into the $600,000 being pledged and still going. So I mean, they're doing pretty good themselves. Interstellar Marines is an insanely ambitious game. And it's not going to be like any first-person shooter you've ever played before. I can almost guarantee you that. You may be fucking first-person shooters are overdone to the max. What can this offer that's not like Halo or Call of Duty or anything of that sort, or Battlefield, anything, or Red Faction in the old days or some shit like that. The difference is that they're actually going for a super in-depth narrative for a very realistic, plausible future with some RPG mechanics. Just a lot of things that are just going to make a first-person shooter feel more deep than a regular first-person shooter is. They're going for a very tactical co-op, seat-like type gameplay mechanic. They're trying to make the game very oriented around tactics and co-op play and using strategies to actually win what you're doing. Like, whatever mission you have to go on or whatever the fuck it is that's happening. Obviously, there's going to be single-player. Obviously, it's going to work the same way in single-player. However, co-op is really the way to go if you really want to play this game, get the full extent and full use out of it and the full experience. Because that's, you know, why not play with your buddies? This game just focuses on raping shit with your buddies. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So, if you go on their Kickstarter page, you're going to see a nice video that's actually quite entertaining. It's going to tell you pretty much everything you need to know. It'll catch you up on everything. So they have a trilogy that's coming out. However, there is 4 games technically. So there's Interstellar Marines Prologue, First Contact, Worlds Collide, and Satellite of Saturn. So you can tell there's technically 4 games. I'm not sure how in-depth Prologue is going to be. Usually it's just going to be an introduction, obviously. What happens before everything happens. That's what a Prologue is. And it's going to be a little bit more about training and getting up to where you need to get to, which is becoming a Special Forces ITO soldier, embarking on dangerous missions in the galaxy in the near future before, you know, secretively. The prologue actually takes place in Nevada, so it'll be like under the ground in Nevada. I forget exactly where it was. You'll see it on the Kickstarter. They'll explain it to you. It's a huge, giant underground facility that, quote, will make Black Mesa look like a joke, unquote. I think that's what it was. That's probably not an accurate quote. Regardless, that's basically what the gist of it was. So I'm incredibly interested to see what they're going to do with this game, even though I kind of have an idea of what they want to do with it, because they kind of tell you, and they have an open door development thing, so they kind of explain to you everything that's going to be happening. So, like, even though Prologue will come out, if it's successfully funded, you'll be able to play the game if you pledge as much as I did, and you get the trilogy, and everything, and all that cool, nice shenanigan goodies and stuff. Then Prologue will be released, and you'll actually have access to First Contact before the game's even done. So it's not like as soon as they're pledged, they're fucking just disappearing and making all the games. They're still going to keep their open door development process that they've been doing. They're going to be allowing you to play every portion that they slowly build up. So you'll actually see a massive difference. If Interstellar Marines Prologue comes out, and people are like, that was a fantastic game, however, there's a few things that need to be changed to make it a little bit more immersive, or what, like, you know, these little tiny tweaks that you gotta make to it, or just somewhere you need to improve, First Contact will actually be real-time improved. So, it's not just gonna be like, oh, we made a game, the game's done, okay, people liked it, but they want this, so next game will incorporate it. No, it's not gonna be like that at all. It's going to be like a general feedback from the community, helping them actually design the game, tailoring it for perfection. That's the thing that's actually going to make this game a huge success, is the fact that they have an open door development system that, like, allows users to play alpha versions, anyone to play alpha versions of the freaking game before it even comes out. So, like I said, First Contact will have, everyone will be able to play it, who bought it, who whatever. We'll be able to actually get to try out the brand new, slightly upgraded mechanics of the original Prologue. So you'll actually see a difference. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to see, and you'll be able to give feedback and input, and you'll be able to see your feedback and input in real time, which is probably something a lot of developers haven't actually done. I haven't heard of anyone else doing open door development. Also, something you might be interested in is Total Biscuit actually is going to be playing this game, Deadlock, what I'm playing right now, on Tuesday, so October 30th, because one of the developers, Kim something, I don't remember his whole name, he actually discussed, or got in contact with Total Biscuit, was talking to him about it, because a lot of people were like, oh, kind of like what happened to Chivalry, right? They're like, people are like, get in touch with Total Biscuit, he helps indie games, yeah, WTF series for the win. I can't wait to see what he's going to say about this game, because after listening to his Medal of Honor spiel he had a couple days ago, or yesterday, I don't remember, fuck, days feel so friggin' long to me, I don't even know anymore, but he released a Medal of Honor video, and it was kind of like, super, like, ugh, I hate my life. So, seeing what he's going to say about Interstellar Marines, although Deadlock isn't going to be a very accurate and great representation of what the final product can be, and I hope he doesn't, I seriously doubt he will judge the game off of this. He's not stupid. Okay, like he's gonna know what can happen, what they're trying to go with this game, and he can see the potential. Pretty sure he's gonna be a little bit more excited about it than most people. Hopefully we can rile up a huge fucking mob and just back the fuck out of this game, because this game really deserves it. This game really, really needs it. So spread the word. Go on the internet. Pledge yourself. Do whatever you can. Spread the word. I'll be bringing out more videos. I'll definitely be bringing a video with playing against Total Biscuit, because why the hell not? He's just gonna get really annoyed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Take care, guys.